Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, Bashem Rachach. My name is Jacob from Plaintables Camp. As the apostle doing a video on the Samson option and the War of Armageddon. I think he means and. But anyway, this is going to look it up, the 8-hour review.
And we're going to go to Revelation 16. The Samson option is an alleged Israeli nuclear deterrence strategy named after the biblical figure who brought down a temple to destroy his captors and himself. It serves as an apocalyptic last resort if Israel faces an existential defeat or destruction of much of its territory. It threatens massive retaliatory nuclear strikes against its enemies. So let's read some of this. So they know that they're going to kick off Armageddon. Revelation chapter 16. Conceptual breakdown of doctrine. Contrast with traditional Cold War concepts like mutually assured destruction, MAD. That term came about with the two powers. One time there were two major world powers, US and Russia, and they have enough missiles to destroy the world a couple times, more than once. So them having those missiles, those long-range missiles, they determined that there's not going to be a war because no one wins in a nuclear war. So they came up with the term mutually assured destruction, meaning Russia's going to be destroyed, America's going to be destroyed, every place else is going to be destroyed. The world's going to be done away with. And that's a good acronym, MAD, M-A-D. But that is going to happen. And it's going to be a sneak attack on Babylon the Great. Russia and these other countries that possess these missiles will get their missiles off first before America gets their missiles off. And that's what the scriptures say. The scriptures say it more than once. It speaks about a thief coming in as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and all the elements shall melt with fervent heat, which aims to, and see, this shows you that we are relevant because nobody's really talking about this. The only ones that's really talking about, not the spirit. Now, last week, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, we was all on the spirit of MOTB. Now the whole spirit shift, and we're talking about the destruction of Babylon, MAD, the concept of the Samson option, because they think the leaders of Israel think they're the people of the Most High, and they're going to be delivered. They're not going to be delivered.
Yeah, they're not the people in the Bible. It says they shall be secure, every one of them, in Ezekiel, roughly paraphrasing. Revelation 8 and Revelation 16:8, and the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire, and men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of the power which hath power over the plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. That's the nuclear fire. That's the nuclear fire that's going to burn the land of Pisrael and the land of Babylon, which is America. That great heat. Now, the people outside are the ones that's going to be angry because the people inside are going to be all burnt up and their spirit's going to return to the Father. All right. So their counterparts in Europe and other parts of the world are going to see how America, Babylon, and the Levant is burnt up. And they are going to, it says, which has power over the plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. So they're still going to be pissed, but they're going to go into slavery shortly after and be rounded up by the elect and the angels, and they're going to be put to work to start burying bodies.
They must know that they eat biblical Edomites. being Esau's end of the world. They don't believe that America's going to be utterly destroyed. They believe that they're going to fight through this, and they're going to come up with the right strategy as to not be hit with missiles. They don't understand. And the government has tabs on all of us, and they watch all of our business. They pay people to watch our videos. So they must say to themselves, what if this is true? What if these guys are the Israelites, which they know that we're the Israelites? But what if it comes to pass, the things they've been saying about the mark of the beast, which they know they're going to.
Yeah, it's the government's business to know. The scripture says thou art wiser than Daniel. That's Esau, Edom. That's those American, British, French, those Edomites, Russians. They keep tabs. They know. They catalog and categorize and analyze speech and tone. They know exactly what we say. They could probably they know better than we do. All right, like the total sum, like of every camp says. All right, because they're able to analyze all that data. We can't analyze all that data, so they know. They know stuff we forgot about.
Introduce the mark of the beast because they have the technology. Google and Chat GPT is not hiding it anymore. And the Most High, well, I'll say this: the people, they say the Israelites. You shouldn't say Israelites. It's not about the Israelites. It's about the prophets that so happen to be Israelites. So when you speak about us, you should speak about us in a prophetic sense. He says, which aims to prevent nuclear war by threatening mutual annihilation. I mean, I'll be destroyed then, but you'll be destroyed. I'll be satisfied. Well, that's a stupid concept. The Samson option is primarily aimed at non-nuclear adversaries. It threatens, that's why it says non-nuclear adversary. That's why Russia will be a god onto these nations, the Arab nations and the African nations, Persia being one of them, Libya being another. Threatens deliberate nuclear devastation, even if Israel perishes. So they don't give a fuck. That shows you that you're a madman. And that's also the term that come to mind is a Mexican standoff. Look that up. They gave you an example of a Mexican standoff in a movie, almost like the last scene, True Romance. If you haven't seen that movie, see that movie. I watched the whole movie. But one of the last scenes was called a Mexican standoff. So the guy that had the gun trained on another guy, trained on the cop, trained on the so-called bad guy. They knew that they were going to die, but they didn't give a fuck. As long as they can kill you, and they're willing to die as long as they can kill you in the process. You got to be a madman because you don't value your life. Nuclear ambiguity means to not be clear as to what you're telling a person. Like legalese in a court, when the lawyer speaks legalese, he's speaking over your head. He got to tell you what he means. That's why when you go to court, they always say, "Do you understand the charges? Do you understand?" You say, "No, I don't understand none of this." In order for me to understand, I would have to go to law school, learn the law, then I can understand it. I got to understand your language. And you say, "Yes, I understand." It says nuclear ambiguity. Israel has long maintained a policy of deliberate ambiguity, not telling you what, in fact, you ask them a question, they're going to give you a half-assed answer regarding its nuclear arsenal. What's they saying? Oh, we don't got nuclear. We don't possess long-range missiles. So people don't know. While the country has never officially confirmed or denied its capability, global experts estimate a stockpile of approximately 80 to 400 nuclear warheads. The least of the flock shall what? Draw who out? Babylon the Great. And they're using Trump. That's all they're doing. They're using Trump. He's truly a puppet. Now he's cursing out Bibi Netanyahu because he's been used. And he's just now waking up to it. Historical origin of the term was popularized by American investigative journalist Simeon-Affliction. I remember him in his book, 1991. The 1991 book, The Samson Option, Israel's Nuclear Arsenal and American Foreign Policy. See, Israel will not have power unless it has Babylon backing it up. But Babylon's going to be destroyed in the process for doing the bidding of Israel. Now we got the war of Armageddon. Under the prophetic timetable, we're right there. We're in the book of Revelation. Give me a second. The Israelite men are going to get their rightful place on their thrones. And you women are completely fucking out of order. You're like wild beasts, wild animals. You're going to be put in order. So Esau didn't put you in check. We're going to put you in check. You're going to be put in check. You ain't going to be doing what the fuck you want to do. 16. And fuck the 2/3. Talking about I got a level 2/3. The number one group, the premier group, are the men of GMS from the heads on down. Not the 7. The 7 is past. They did their job. So here we go. We're going to read this in the King James. We may go ahead and read it. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and go to the Amplified. Armageddon 13. And I saw the spirit and I saw 3 loathsome spirits like frogs leaping from the mouth of the dragon and from the mouth of the beast and from the mouth of the false prophet. And we know what those 3 are. For they are actually the spirit of demons performing miraculous signs, technology, and they go out to the kings of the entire inhabited earth to gather them together for the war of the great day of the Most High Almighty. That's in that's south of the Levant. That's that area between the what is that? The Persian Gulf, and then you got the Euphrates, which is northeast of the Persian Gulf. Then you got the Red Sea behind them. So they're going to be in Saudi Arabia, that desert. They'll be facing Kuwait. Behold. So when that war kicks off in the Middle East, the so-called Middle East, at the same time, missiles are going to be shot on Babylon the Great. And at that time, every active military member in the United States is going to be in the Middle East. They're going to be a part of the soil. Behold, I am coming like a thief. That's why America's not going to be able to get off. Or I'll say it this way, they're not going to be able to get off their masses of weapons, of long-range missiles.
Oh, the 14th verse says, and they are actually spirits of demons. I believe the apostle read it earlier. It says in the KJV, for they are the spirits of devils.
So we're right here. We're living in this timetable. We can honestly say that this is months away. Blessed is he who stays awake and who keeps his clothes. And listen, God didn't keep his clothes. He ran to Christianity. He said he got baptized 4 months ago. I don't know when that interview was done. I'm assuming that was done very recently. So he said he got baptized 4 months ago. So he found Jesus. That is, stay spiritually rich, stay spiritually ready. Anybody turn their back on the plow and went back into the world, guess what? You're done. You're going to take the chip and you're going to die here in America. And you're so stupid, you're not even going to try to leave America for the Lord's return, so that he will not be naked, spiritually unprepared. That's what it means by being naked, spiritually unprepared, not possessing the oil. And you women don't possess it. And men will not see his shame. And they, demons, gathered the kings and armies of the world together at the place, which is in the Hebrew, is called Armageddon. So Armageddon is only mentioned, I believe, one time. Now you have it up here in the headline, right here, but that's not part of the scriptures. I just want to go on and just look up something. Only one time. Armageddon is written one time. Revelation 16, verse 16. Just want to see what it says. Let me go to commentary. Give me a lot of word salad. Okay, a lot on Revelation 19. Okay, Joel 3 and 9, beautiful. Zechariah 14 and 2, beautiful. Zechariah 14 and 3. Anyway, I'm going to say shalom. I said I was going to make this short. On to the next.
This is Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So that's going to be Third World War. Revelation 16. It speaks about the destruction, the total destruction of Babylon, America, and the Levant, that area over there. It's going to be completely destroyed. So it could be months, it could be next year. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, well, Yahweh the Father knows. He's going to dispatch Yahushai, his son, first spirit created, and he's going to rescue his elect. And we will go through tribulation. Tribulation will be protected. All right, those that are slated to fall are going to fall, and those that are slated for to receive the power and to be delivered will be delivered in the chariots of Israel. So that's what we believe. Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to come. Shalom.